Good afternoon, Facebook world. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Tuesday afternoon in your government lockdown, quarantine / imprisonment. I guess this is what it feels like to be in prison.
I mean, it's not.
It could be worse, huh, Big Mama? At least you still get to hang out with me.
Oh, whatever.
You know, it's funny because I'm reading all these articles and I'm talking to the business owners. We'll let a few people hop on. When you hop on, give me a like. Give me a hello or something. Screw you. F you, whatever you want to tell me. But what's up, Benjamin? You know, I was talking to some other business owners and some other bankers, and like this PPP loan, this what is it, the SBA PPP loans for small businesses. Most of them didn't get it, right? Most businesses didn't get it because they ran out of money. But then I read articles that most big businesses did get it, right? And I read an article today that Rood Steakhouse, I think they did, what was the numbers? I forgot what the numbers, was it $98 million they did in annual, or maybe it was maybe it was almost $300 million in sales. And they got $20 million. $20 million from this PPP loan. And most small businesses didn't get a dime. And the backbone of the American economy is backed by small businesses, right? Businesses that are less than, I don't know, maybe 25 employees, right? And it's sad because most small timers like you guys, you and me, we're not going to see, if you own a business, you may not get any of that money. However, with that said, I did just see they passed another $500 billion in the Senate or something to try to push more money to small businesses. But let's see how fast that's gone within probably a week. But you know, it kind of irritates me because this happened in 2008 for you guys that were around and, you know, were aware enough to know what was going on. In 2008, they bailed all the big banks out, right? And the big banks, it was TARP. You remember TARP? The big banks got all the money first. And a couple months later, what happened? They all gave themselves big bonuses, right? Millions of dollars, and all the top executives got millions of dollars in big bonuses, while the rest of America went down the shithole, right? Went down the shitter, and it's pretty shitty, right? We live in a, you know, you try to be, and the title of this is, you know, optimism versus realism, guys, and you got to realize. You got to be real with yourself sometimes. You can't always be overly optimistic because it ain't that optimistic, right? But when you come to the come to Jesus moment, when you realize that it may not be that good here in the next 2 or 3 months, it's better to confront that. And I'm not saying that don't be optimistic, because I'm an optimistically real guy. But at the end of the day, like, dude, by May 1st, if they don't turn this shit around and let everybody go back to work, even if let's just turn it on. There's a couple scenarios I've been playing out in my head, like, and I could be wrong. You know, chime in and give me your reasoning or your thought pattern on this. But I think we're gonna have a recession no matter what. If they release May 1st, we're still gonna have a recession, because you got to think. I think we have maybe 30% unemployment right now. It may even be 40%, because some of the numbers are probably hidden. If we let everybody go back to work May 1st, I would say, it's not like all the entrepreneurs that laid off, people are going to rehire all the people they laid off, because everybody's going to be very insecure. Cash flow is going to be down. We'll be lucky if they hire back half the people that they laid off. So you're going to have at least 15% unemployment. It'll maybe drop down from 30, and let's call it what it is. The shadow unemployment is probably more like 40. So we're probably going to still have 20% unemployment. So we are going to go into a recession. Like, there's no way around it, right? We're gonna have a recession now. If they don't open it by, say, if they do a whole nother month and maybe push it out till June 1st, we're going into a depression. right? A depression. And a depression is where you basically have total mayhem and chaos, right? And I want to be optimistic that that's not going to happen, but you're going to have to be real with yourself and forecast, predicting what if that happens. And I'm telling you this because I always think worst case scenario. That way I'm prepared. You ask Big Mama right here. I always do that. I always think worst case scenario, but hope for the best. Patty, I always
drives me crazy.
But because I don't shock myself and I don't get let down when I game out in my mind every bad scenario, and that's how I prepare. So that if something good happens, great. I was prepared for that too. So don't be surprised, guys, that, you know, if they try to, because I already read what states, Patty said they're pushing it back till June 1st. Some states are already saying that.
I think that was Virginia.
Virginia said June 15th. Mama?
Yeah, it was like sometime.
It was mid-June. Like, what is that dude? Is that governor trying to destroy his state? Like, we're in Florida right now in the Panhandle. And Patty, when did they say they opened up everything? May 1st?
May 1st, they're opening up the beaches for only 2 hours in the morning and like a couple more hours in the afternoon, that seems stupid to me too. But.
Yeah, and let's talk about something else. Like Eric Volker's what's up, Eric? He just had a good point. After 6 to 12 months, when forbearance is over, then the home default will start. Forbearance, I don't even know why. Why should they even do forbearance? So what happens? They don't pay their note for 3 months, but they got to pay it all back after 3 months. Dude, they didn't have a job for 3 months. They can't pay their note now. How are they going to pay their mortgage in 3 months? Why wouldn't they just do the other option, which is the deference, right? Michael says Chicago's mayor says June 1st. Jesus, yeah. Like hopefully most of you guys listen to me. Hopefully you're in a state that's going to release it May 1st because. Dude, if they don't release this May 1st, it's going to get ugly, real ugly. And I want you to be real about it because that's how I think. And it's better to be real because if you're real about it, you can prepare yourself for the worst case scenario, hope for the best, be optimistic, but prepare for the worst, right? You weren't prepared for a planet-wide pandemic virus, were you? But it happened, right? You be as optimistic as you want, but we're going to have hopefully we don't have a depression. Hopefully we just have a recession. Which if we just have a recession, yeah, it'll be bad, but it won't be so devastating to where, you know, you got massive, you know, because when you have a depression, guys, that's a totally different story. You got soup lines, you got half the population or 30-40% of the population's unemployed. You know, it'll get ugly. It'll get real ugly real quick, right? SBA loans and grants are hot right now. Yep, no doubt. What's up, Michael? What's up, Elton and Jake? Joshua says, place was a mess and the last owner just barely hot her stuff out and I'm moving in the new owner. Cool, man. Eric says, in California, it's crazy. We are already had 4 major protests. If we don't open by May, we will have a major problem. Oh, no doubt about it.
And they're not showing that on the media.
No, they're not showing it.
None
of the media is showing all the protests.
Utah was having some protests.
There's protests all over the world right now, guys, and the mainstream media is not showing anything, right? Not showing anything. Guys, I hope this wakes you up. Like, I've been pretty woke for a long time. I've been knowing how the media is, and dude, all you got to do is just study what the main overall objective is, and their overall objective is more control, more power. The media shows you what they want you to hear for an agenda they're pushing, and they're all in cahoots with the big banks, the big corporations. And if you think I'm a conspiracy theorist, hey, whatever. Hope you know that word conspiracy theorist got invented by the CIA to discredit people that were saying that John F. Kennedy was assassinated by its own government. So the CIA came in there and said, hey, let's label all these people conspiracy theorists. No, you're a conspiracy theorist if you think for yourself and you actually question things. Guys, if you're not questioning what's going on right now, you're fucking stupid.
Well, you're supposed to question anything.
You should, if you think because your government or your media is telling you this, and you just think, oh, you take it for face value, oh, it's true. Come on, guys, think. All right, think. There's no government in history that's ever actually told the truth. Think about it. Government's a business, right? And they do what's best for them. So at the end of the day, you better be realistically optimistic, not optimistic. Be realistically optimistic and understand what's going on, and know that there's an agenda, and that you may or may not be working for the next 3 to 6 months or longer if this thing gets really bad, right? But yeah, the protests, Eric, the protests are really bad around the world, and they're not even talking about it. You can find a lot of stuff on YouTube and the
and these small groups that are going against it, like they're posting it in those groups, but it's not on any media, mainstream media.
Yep. James, do you think there will be a wave of multi-family foreclosures? James, if you're in high end, I think so, because I've been through a crash and I had high end single family homes and I got hosed. I mean, that's a good analogy.
Big time.
I got hosed. I think affordable housing will make it, and that's why I've been selling all of my single family homes, and I've been investing in nothing but.
Unless your single family homes are affordable.
Well, yeah.
Homes.
Well, single family home, it's just affordable housing. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be an apartment. It could be a single family home. It could be a mobile home. But I've been invested in affordable housing for the past 6 years now. And that's why I'm in because I knew because I remember when the crash happened where I'm from in Louisiana in 2014 with the oil and gas crisis, which are having a whole nother oil and gas crisis, way worse. All of my single family homes I had that were nice, they all went, I say all, half of them went vacant. The investors I knew that were in affordable housing, they wrote it out like nothing happened. Matter of fact, they had better rentals than they ever had before because the people that were in the high end came down. Right? There's a big pool of people in that affordable housing range, right? So do I think there will be multifamily foreclosures? I mean, it depends on how long this goes for, but I mean, I would think there'd be some. Is it going to be as bad as 2008? Probably so, maybe worse. I don't really know, right? I don't know. So, what's up, Danny? Eric says, the other thing we have about to print $10 trillion that's not backed by gold, this will cause massive inflation. I don't know if it'll be, I hope it's not. The only thing that saves us, I mean, we printed $5 trillion in the last crash in 2008. The only thing, Eric, that may save us is we're still the world reserve currency, and there's still a lot of countries that take the dollar. So we can allocate those dollars outside of the U.S. to help offset some of that inflation. But yeah, we still will have some inflation from printing all that. But, although I did read that China said they don't want to mess with what did I read? And I don't want to misquote what I read. It was something how they weren't taking something in dollars. Anyway, I don't want to say that because I'm not 100% sure. What's up, Elton? What's up, Eric? Patrick, Robert Kiyosaki says we're going into a depression and not a recession today on Lewis Howes' podcast. Wow, Patrick. Pat, well, I mean, look, hey, there you go. Right, he's somebody that I look up to too. I've always listened to Robert Kiyosaki. I think he's always given sound advice, and it makes a lot of sense what he says. Right, you got to be realistic about this and not optimistic. Like people are like, oh yeah, things will get back to normal. Everything's fine. Everything's dandy. It's gonna be okay. We'll give it 2 months. We'll all go back to work. No, it ain't gonna be like that. So I'm not telling you that to scare you. I'm not telling you to be negative, Nancy. But some of you guys are too positive, too optimistic, and you don't face reality because you don't want to confront it because it hurts too bad. Confront it in the face, realize it's going to get bad. It may get to a point where it gets so bad that you may have to do things that you're not used to doing, and prepare your mind mentally for that. That way, if it doesn't get that bad, hey, great. You were prepared and you gamed it out in your mind, and you were optimistically real with yourself, right? And that's how I am. I'm just optimistically real. That's right, Trisha. A bunch of sheep. What's up, Taylor? What's up, Dylan? Ryan, Joe. That's right, Patrick. Affordable housing, exactly what Kiyosaki also said. There you go, dude. I mean, Kiyosaki's in the same page as me, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think people probably, the people that overpaid stuff and paid a ton of money and for product just because they had a lot of money and they just wanted to throw money at, dude, I mean, I'd rather keep money on the sideline and wait for a deal. And this is why I always use the wholesale strategy to go to direct to seller to find motivated sellers. You have to find motivated sellers in an up market, because if you pay full price when things come down, dude, you're going to get freaking hosed. Look at 2008. There was a lot of multifamily guys that lost a lot of stuff in 2008. So Eric says, unless we use some of those trillions to hire our own citizens and employ them to build up our infrastructure, we could bounce back. Hey, I think you're right. But I mean, at the end of the day, the Federal Reserve did tell Trump, and Trump told us that they're willing to print whatever amount of money they need to get this economy back on track. Now, that's a plus. Now, what's the long-term ramifications of that? I don't know. I just know, historically speaking, I've read a lot of books. I've looked at great empires that fell, and what did every one of them fall from? Hyperinflation and debasing their currency. Debasing their currency, that's where the word debase comes from. It's a old Latin Greek word, I believe. It's where basically back in the Greek days they had silver coins and gold coins and all that, and to basically they would take their coins and chip them away, and they would debase it, and they would add, like if they had a silver coin, they would mix it with other alloys to where it wasn't pure silver, and that's how they would get more. They would create more with less, right? And that's basically what you're doing when you print money. You create more with less. They just print money out of thin air. So they would take their coins, and it wouldn't be a silver coin anymore, a pure silver coin. It'd be silver mixed up with half tin or whatever they put back then, and it's called. That's where the word debasing your currency comes from. And the Romans did it, the Phoenicians did it, the Greeks did it, and listen, that's where we're headed, right? What's up, Eric? What's up, Jared? Watch the movie Out of the Shadows documentary. Is exactly what you're talking about. Exposes all. Yep. Yeah, we did watch that one already. What's up, Kurt? After depression, it will be progression. Absolutely. Everything comes in cycles. So if we do have a great depression, the good news is it will come back, and we'll get back to business as usual, roaring and everything, happy times again. But you just got to learn through every one of these cycles. Like you got to take a learning lesson. Like I'll learn from the first two crashes I went through. Like I learned a lot, and I'm still learning because I'm still paying for the second crash that I went through. I still have assets that I never got rid of that I'm still paying for today that hurt me, right? So Eric says, unless we start a war with China for what they did, they brought the economy back in the war times. Man, I don't know if that's I don't know if that would be a good idea to start a war with China. I would not want to have a war with China, right? You get a war with China right now, they start tossing nuclear bombs at one another. You think a pandemic virus is bad. Wait till you have thermonuclear explosions all over the United States, and we all, a third of the country gets evaporated, and then after that you got to deal with all the radiation, cancer radiation. Do some research on what the people look like after we bombed Nagasaki, right? And Hiroshima. Go look at the videos they have on YouTube and online. The poor children, the poor kids. I mean, I'd rather just get vaporized than have to deal with the radiation poison that after they had kids with all their skin falling off of their body, right? So, I don't know. It's not good. Dustin says, Dr. Burke said they're classifying all coronavirus patients' deaths as COVID-19 deaths, regardless of cause. Meaning if they have a heart attack tested positive, they will classify as COVID-19. That alone proves this is BS, and what they're saying is absolutely true. Absolutely. I've been reading on that for a while now. Most of you guys don't realize, like, dude, there's a huge agenda going on. They're lying so much. Why would the media intentionally pump up numbers to make this thing look way worse than it was if they didn't have an underlying bad intention on the back end, right? If you think they have your best interest at heart, why are they making things, why they have to sensationalize and make it worse than it sounds? Why wouldn't they try to downplay it just to get people's nerves down? No, they want people's nerves bad, because bad news sells, and they're pushing an agenda, right? They're pushing a hard agenda right now. Hameen says, all I see from this is nothing but opportunities, right? I mean, look, I agree, Hameen, there will be opportunities, but you have to learn how to navigate the pitfalls, because there's also going to be some potholes to navigate too, and some landmines. Once again, you being super optimistic, Hameen, and I get that, and I can appreciate that, but you got to be real too. There's going to be a lot of shit that's going to be bad out of this too. And if you see both sides, because if you put blinders on like this, and you don't want to see the bad stuff, like right here, she's always bad. You see that? You don't want to see how bad she is.
You're talking about me.
Yeah, you see how bad she is, and it's like, No, I don't want to see it. She's always good. No, dude, she's a crazy bitch sometimes. Let's be real with ourselves. That's being realist versus that's, you know, you being too optimistic, dude. Like, you got to see the good with the bad, because if all you see is good, you got blinders on. You got to be a realist. And to be a really good investor, you got to be a realist and be able to see what actually is happening. Not what you hope is happening, not what you think is happening, what is actually happening. All I know right now is that there's 30% unemployment. Nobody's got jobs. I say nobody. Most people don't have jobs, and they ain't got shit to do. I watched too much Friday back when I was younger, right? But you get what I'm saying. So the realness of it is like it's not a good situation right now, right? So if you understand that, and you can predict and forecast, and you can be real about it. But dude, if you put on blinders and think everything's going to be fine, you just stay optimistic. Yeah, there will be opportunities.
Well, but it is an election year, so they may try to pull some shit later too.
Yep. That's right, Joseph. People pushing war with China need to get a fucking grip. I totally agree with you. Like, war should not be the answer.
Horrible.
No, war is horrible. Like, Hollywood likes to glorify war, but let's think about it. I mean, I don't want to send my sons. I mean, I'm probably too old to. They probably wouldn't take me. I think you get, once you're 37, you can't go to war. I'm almost 40 years old with bad knees and, you know, a pot belly, right? What the hell? You think I'm gonna better carry 80 pounds of gear across the Chinese peninsula chasing Chinese people? I doubt it. But I definitely wouldn't want my children going and do that.
No.
You know, I don't want to send I got a 15-year-old and a 20-year-old. I mean, I don't want my kids fighting that, right? Because you end up fighting for some old man's idea of why he thinks he's right, and another country's old man thinks he's right, and they send all their sons and daughters to go die for what an old man, or basically a few old men, right, who run the country, thinks what's right. So no, I don't believe in war. I mean, there is a time and place for war. Yeah, don't get me wrong. You shouldn't be so stupidly to think that you never fight a war, because, yeah, I mean, if you get invaded, it's a last ditch. Joe says, any flu-related deaths are getting classified as COVID-19. They aren't even testing deaths. Yep, 100%. What's up, Sheila? Flu and pneumonia deaths have dropped to 0 this past month. What a coincidence, huh, Joshua? Corona's up 1,000%. All of a sudden, nobody dies of the flu or pneumonia, and yeah, that's a coincidence, huh? Weird. It's all smoke and mirrors, guys. But look, the whole point is just be realistically optimistic, right? Look at the situation for what it is. We're definitely without a shadow of a doubt gonna have a recession. Because some people are saying, oh yeah, we'll all go back to work May 1st. Everything's getting. No freaking way it's gonna be like that. It's not possible. It's not possible, because not everybody's gonna go back to work, and everybody's gonna they'll still be scared, and people are still gonna walk around licking each other like they can't talk to one another. There's social distancing and all this BS that's going on. So it's gonna be weird for a while. It's gonna take a while to get back to normal. Berks and Fushi are both funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. There you go, man. I knew that too. I try not to be too conspiracy theorist, tin hat wearing, but I'll let you.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am. Okay, but I'll let you guys say it, because I've already done all my research. I know who runs what, right? Cody says, real estate question: would you buy a trailer park in a flood zone? What criteria would you use to evaluate it? Yes, I own a park, and I already own two mobile home parks in flood zones already, Cody. So yeah, I would. It's all about the numbers, right? What's my NOI? Can I still service debt, pay all the insurance, pay maintenance, factor in a 10% vacancy rate, and still cash flow at a decent rate? Then if so, yeah, then buy it.
Can you raise them like the ACs to make?
You can do what's called a LOMA. You might know it if you don't know what a LOMA is. Basically, you can if you take the central air, if it has central air, you can raise it the same level and get a elevation certificate, and you can get the price of the flood insurance a lot cheaper. But if you don't want to buy it, send it to me. You got one under contract? Cody Moe, he must be some, I see a UL Lafayette, so he must be somebody from Lafayette. You're not the same Cody Moe. I think I sold a deal to you before.
It has to be
And
more
maybe
than
Abbeville,
24
I think.
units, though, right?
Yeah, if you got a mobile home park you want to partner on it with, I'd take a look at it. It's got to be more than at least 24 units, though. Otherwise, I ain't messing with it, because it's not worth the time after you pay property management, right? What's up, JP? Jean-Paul Coussin. Let's see. Are you looking at investing more in mobile homes? Absolutely, Eric. I want to go all in with mobile. Right now I've got 2 mobile home parks in the contract in the Baton Rouge, in the surrounding Baton Rouge area. I'm going all in with mobile homes, affordable housing. People are still going to need to eat, and people still need an affordable place to stay. They're probably not going to try to, it's probably not going to be a whole lot of people that want to rent a house that's $2,000 a month if they don't have to. But there's going to be a lot of people that can afford $700-800 a month, right? So definitely look into affordable housing. Joshua, they're opening beaches and dog parks here in Florida this Friday, I heard. Is that true, Patty?
On the 1st is what I was told.
What part of Florida are you in, Josh?
But only a few hours every day.
Yep. What's up, Zelazowski? Zelazowski. Clayton, I think I still got it right. I'm a brother. Steve, keep telling the truth, bro. Hey, that's all I can do, man. Either you may not like me anymore because I've been telling the truth, but dude, I don't care. Like, I'm not trying to sell you a bill of goods. I'm not your guru that's going to tell you how things are going to be great. We're all going to make millions of dollars, and things are going to be happy times. No, dude, there's going to be a lot of people hurt from this. Will there be a lot of opportunity? Yes, there will be a lot of opportunity. I hope to be on the opportunity side, but I'm realistic too. I may take an ass whooping on this, right? I may take an ass whooping on this house I have right here. This big, this is a multi-million-dollar beach house I have. Fuck, I may have to take an ass whooping on this and eat shit for a while for rentals on this thing, right? Now my affordable housing on the beach, I have 2 other 1-bedrooms on the beach. I'm not necessarily worried about them. But, historically speaking, short-term vacation rentals on the beach in a good area still did good even after like 2008. So, because I did all my research even when I bought this house. I mean, you got Patty, I asked the realtor. Yes. I had an hour conversation.
You still asked even the neighbors. Our neighbors the other day behind us.
How did you do in 2008? And, he slowed down a little bit, but it wasn't catastrophic. But this is a different kind of slowdown, right? This is a weird slowdown. Dustin says, the elite are positioning themselves to buy and conquer everything they don't already own and control, while the rest of the world is paralyzed. All about total control. Gotta watch the big time players like Bill Gates. 100%, dude. You woke, Dustin. That's exactly what they're doing. John buys houses. Chris and Mama love the truth you put out. Hey, dude, that's what it has to be about. You have to tell the truth, because if you don't, you're being too optimistic. I like to be optimistic, but let's just be real sometimes, right?
I'm more optimistic than you.
Big Mama does this all the time. Oh, it's all going to be good. Everything's great. Oh yeah, no, you're fine, Chris. Everything's good. Just buy me another Range. Just buy me another Range Rover. No, it's good. You can pay for it. Figure it out. No, give me a G-Wagon next. I got it. Huh? Yeah, that's what. Yeah, let's tell the truth. Yeah, she's laughing. Yeah. Are you doing good? Well, just keep buying. Yeah, no, tell them the truth, Big Mama.
No, I know.
I know. See,
but I don't like you being all down in the dumps.
I'm not down in the. I'm realistic. I'm realistic, and I'm real with myself. I'm real with what goes on. I don't do this, right? I look at the situation at hand. I say, hey, what is happening? And dude, the world's getting flushed down the drain right now, and that's the realness. That's the isness of the situation. I hate when people look at something and you say, hey, the sky is blue, and they say, no, it's pink and it's purple. No, dude, the sky is blue. No, man, it's beautiful. See how pink and purple it is? No, dude, the fucking sky is blue, right? So,
but sometimes it is pink and purple.
Sometimes it is pink and purple every once in a blue moon, but right now it's blue, right? So anyway, be real with yourself. Prepare for what's going on. Economize as much as you can. Figure out ways to create extra revenue service. Try to figure out how to make money online. You're gonna have to get creative. Like
get side hustle.
Side hustles out the ass. What's up, Zelazowski? Hey, Patty. What's up, Chris? Justin says.
He told me him first.
Oh, I think he's got a secret crush on you, dude. Clayton, I told you, dude. You can have her. I'll get the paperwork ready for you.
He's trying to give me
you can have her with all her bills too and her baggage. So you pay the bills, you can have her for the weekend, and she can just come back and cook me dinner every night. Justin, I better refrain, because all you guys that follow me, I'm gonna get posts saying, oh, Chris is a swinger. By the way, Clayton's one of my students. He's a good friend of mine, so it's a joke It's just a joke before you start saying Chris is a swinger and this and that. Let's see. What's up, Chris? No tinfoil hat crap is real. That's right, dude. Sick hat had mine on today. It's a skills hat, guys, and that's what it boils down to, guys. You better skill up right now. That's what it's gonna. Every time there was a crash, I created a new skill set. Right? I created a new. This is because it forces you to get a new skill set every time you pivot. Because what happens is your old skill set doesn't work anymore. It forces you, and we rest in our laurels when things are good because our skill sets are banging out. But dude, if you're not 1 or 2 steps ahead trying to get new skill sets, the past 6 years I've been trying to get new skill sets. I've been adding more revenue streams, and that's why I'm gonna probably do better than most because I'm ahead of the game. But I still feel like I'm not as ahead as I should have been, right? You know, I should have started another business that's recession proof. So guys, when things are good, hedge your bets and make them even better. And don't think it's always going to be like that. We're always going to go through booms and busts. You know, for you young 20-year-olds, this is not going to be your first bust. I mean, your first, but yeah, it ain't going to be your first bust. You're going to go through probably 3 or 4 more of these, probably more than that, maybe 6. Every 7 to 10 years is the average bust, right? So understand that just, you got to stay ahead of this curve, and the way you stay ahead of this curve is really, I feel like, is staying in a sweet spot of something that's really needed and wanted. And I feel like for me, that sweet spot is affordable housing, you know, via the mobile home park vehicle, and it's already proven its method to me. Now, granted, we're coming up on May 1st. Hopefully, I get, you know, everybody pays rent again. I had more people pay rent this month than I have in the past 3 months, which is weird, which tells me that, man, I need to double down on mobile home parks, double down on affordable housing. And you know, we're looking at other businesses we may invest in. We may want to invest in an HVAC company. We're going to do we're looking at maybe doing a property management company here soon in Florida. So there's things that you constantly got to stay ahead of the curve, man. Like it.
But isn't this a good time to figure out what's needed and wanted? Like,
yep.
You know, what's essential and what's non-essential.
Big Mama's thinking about starting like a virtual Tinder or something to make extra money on the side. I don't know. She said something about that. She'll send you the link later. $1,000 an hour, but I don't know I don't even know what Tinder is, but she said something about it. I'm not sure what that is. John says, good time to get real with the truth. Jesus Christ is the only lasting hope. Can't disagree with you there, John, my brother. Bobby Blue. He's got my favorite name on Facebook. COVID-19 was all about the petrodollar and the implementation of the digital dollar. New world order is coming. 100%, Carlos. They're going to collapse this dollar. The petrodollar is done. I mean, they have to. Like they needed to figure out. It's either that, Carlos. I think it's that I think it's twofold. I think it's that, and they're trying to figure out a way to get rid of Trump because he can't be bought. He can't be influenced. He's a wild card. He's not a part of the club. You know, he's not a Clinton or a Bush that plays the trumpet for the rest of the elites, like Bill's, you know, George Soros and all these guys. And you know, he can't really be bought, right? So I think it's that, and in addition to, they're trying to figure out a new dollar system, and if maybe it's going to be a one world currency, you know, backed by China. I don't know what it's going to be backed by. Who knows? I don't even know what the hell they can back it now, but I mean, it's going to be interesting, right? What's up, Mr. Noggle? Port Charlotte, Florida. Peter says, are you doing mobile home training? I want to get into it, but I don't feel I have the knowledge. I feel yes, I do. Patrica, I do have mobile home park training. I can inbox you. I have a course, and I have one-on-one and group training if you're interested. Mike says, point me in the right direction. Which direction, Mike? Nailed the name. Clayton said, cool. Justin said, would you cash out a duplex I just flipped? Would produce approximately $3,400 a month. Would you cash out a duplex I just flipped? I'm confused. How would you? So you flipped it and you cashed it out, or?
He's asking if he should cash out. I
wouldn't sell right now. I wouldn't sell it all right now. I would keep it and keep the cash flow, and then it's all timing, right, guys? It's timing. Right now, okay, we're coming off this super top, and we're having a landslide right now, right, to hit the bottom. We haven't even come close. I think we're not even a third to the bottom that we're about to hit. You should not be trying to sell right now. You should be trying to buy. The time to sell is over with, right? I'm not saying you can't sell. There's still gonna be people buying, but you're not gonna get a premium for it, right? You need to be buying. And if you don't have any money, you don't have any credit, then you need to learn how to find deals and partner up with people that do have credit and do have money, and JV with them, and either wholesale properties to these guys or try to partner up with them somehow. Month and payment would be like $1,650 a month, or cash out if you could take 100K profit right now. I mean, if you can get a premium for it, Justin, I'm saying that. I mean, if you can get a premium for it, do it, right? 08 was all off a bunch of subprime mortgages. I believe this seems much worse. Most of the country's closed. Yeah, this is way worse, Josh. This is way, way worse. Brian says you got to have goals. Time to buy her a Chanel bag. Eric, dude, she needs another Chanel bag like I need another Jeep.
You get the Jeep first.
Eric Volker's the U.S. dollar hasn't been backed by gold since the early 70s when Nixon pulled it off the gold standard. That's right, Tim. That's exactly right. Hey, if you can name the problem, you can find the right strategy. That's exactly right. That's exact. If you can't name the problem, you can't find. That's exactly right. You have to name it, right? And you got to better see it, and you can't have blinders on, right? The sky is blue because God loves infantry. That's awesome. I love you too, Zelazowski. What's up, Luke? Time to expand, bro, and add more products and services. That's exactly right, Bill. That's exactly right. We've been working on it. Me and Big Mama are actually working on a product. We're starting tomorrow on an entrepreneur course for married couples, right? We're only selling it for $5,000. No, seriously though, we are going to work on an entrepreneurial course on how to stay married as an entrepreneur, how to work through problems, and how to stay married and not kill each other. And we're going to give this shit away for so cheap just to help you guys. And it's going to be real raw, like really raw content and shit on how we run our marriage. Like, we're going to give this shit away for so cheap because we look, at the end of the day, we're going to create more price. We're going to add value. And that's all. You just got to make yourself very valuable right now and add value to the marketplace, right? So, Eric says, Tim, just why they're printing without it being backed with, because cause problems. That's right. What skill can we pinpoint from this recession? Luke, that's for you to find out, my brother, not me. I mean, there's going to be a lot of skill sets you can come out of this. The skill of saving more money. I think Americans are going to probably save a lot more money after this, because I think I made a post the other day, the rainy day fund will no longer be called the rainy day fund. It will be called the virus month, right? The virus month, or 3-month virus fund, right? Because I mean, shit, now everybody's got to factor in that this may be the new norm every 3 to 5 years, you know? My pastor said, life is a treadmill. Back in the day, you stand still, you're moving backwards. That's right. What's up, Clay? How are your newspaper ads performing right now? I actually got rid of one of them, Jason. I got rid of one of them because they stopped printing it as much, so I backed out of it. Please inbox me the information. I'll do that, Petrie. Let's see. What's up, Jonathan, Eric? We need a debt jubilee. I can't disagree with you on that. I mean, I think we have too much debt for sure, but I think we have out of control spending too, you know? If you're not constantly spending your money on assets like that, that's one thing I've been really good at. Like, don't get me wrong, I like my toys. I got a few toys. All my toys are paid off cash, especially my older vehicles, except for her Rover. But at the end of the day, like, everything we buy is an asset. If you're constantly buying assets before you buy, you know, toys and liabilities, you'll make it, right? And I feel like that's every time we get a bunch of money that comes in, we dump it into another asset, and that's what you guys need to be thinking about in the future. That is, dude, you don't need more toys, right? Although toys are nice, you know, I got some toys.
You have to reward yourself.
Yeah, you got to reward yourself, but you need to hedge yourself first before you start rewarding yourself. It is not time to buy right now, in my opinion. There will be blood in the streets 9 to 18 months from now when 12 months forbearance in, and add another 3 months to that with banks trying to negotiate with homeowners. So it take a while to see price drops. Market is still hot right now because of the last month's ARVs, but soon enough appraisal. No, I agree with you on that, Rita. I'm not saying buy right now, but we're coming into a buyer's market, right? The time to sell may have passed. I got an offer right now. I just had a text from my realtor. I got a flip property in Mobile, Alabama. The property's worth $225. somebody just offered me 185, right? And it's in a super hot market. So values will come down. So do I want to just maybe put it back for rent and rent it out for a while? Because I was hopefully going to sell it at 225, 220, but I'm getting low ball offers, right? 185 for a prop, $40,000 less, or what is that? $40,000 less than value, true value. So that's what I mean, but it's not the best time to sell. So it's all relative, right? It depends on what market you're in. Yeah, some markets are still super hot. It's all relative. But anyway, guys, like, stay real with yourself. Dustin says, keep killing, guys. I'm about to hit up an Old Bay for some takeout. Awesome, man. Stay real with yourself. Prepare for the worst case scenario. And be optimistically real with yourself. It's going to probably get bad for a little while. I know you don't want to hear that, and I'm just being real with you. Prepare for it. Make some adjustments. Change everything that you're doing to hedge your bets at coming down, because you want to have a soft landing. It's going to be bumpy down the road, but if you can hedge your bets as you go and get rid of some bills maybe that you didn't need to have, maybe you got to get rid of a bunch of memberships or whatever it is, you're going to have to do it, but it's going to get bad, guys. So, but I hope it doesn't, right? And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you're right and Big Mama's right. Everything's going to be just great.
I hope, because then I won't be able to do it. He said, you cannot go do your nails.
I told her she can't do her nails no more. That's not a necessity.
Like, so I'm trying to be optimistic, because
I got her cutting my hair now. Even we saving money on that. We saving all kind of money on stuff, right? So, but that's what it takes, right? So, see you on the next live, and be